the trot we had more toward the end. It's a little more connected, a little more elastic. You know, hopefully you're gonna start to be able to get that a little quicker at the beginning. And maybe you do a little bit canter sooner today in the warm-up, okay? So let's experiment in that way. I'll never forget when Hilda, who never was girly or any, you know, at all,
No.
decided she was going to be matchy. So the first day she showed up in turquoise shirt, turquoise pad, turquoise wraps. The next day she showed up in pink, and we were all like, "Make it stop!" It was so funny. I don't know if she still does that or not. But it was just when all the colored stuff started to come
Oh
out,
yeah, it's
you know.
amazing what's available now. Maroon and blue, maybe gray and white.
Now it's electrified with strobe lighting.
Oh yeah, all the bling, all this
And it-
crystals. I don't know.
There's an app for it.
Good. Now also think about the neck. Right there it's a little bit too neutral. There's not any, we have to have one side a little shorter, one side a little longer. So there's always a little bit of stretch there to that outside ring. Or even a little outside flexion kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter too.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I would do a little left flexion there where you come off the right leg. So you can catch that left shoulder just a touch. And it's a little bit over on that outside shoulder sometimes. This side's no problem. Good. Yeah.
Much more relaxed.
Hmm?
It's much more relaxed today.
It's totally.
Okay, good. Now let's do a little canter. All right, and remember those elbows. If they're behind your hips, I'm going to kill you.
Shot color.
That's right. I'm going to squeeze those girls together. I'll teach her how to get some free drinks at the bar, you know? She's very... That's a
Just
girl.
get her husband. That's it.
Yeah, that's a girl. Keep those arms more out in front. Perfect. Good. Play a little bit on a circle with the forward, back, forward, back. Good. That's okay. Make sure that outside leg is there before you collect him, just in case he has other ideas. That. Good. Now outside leg back and on, and then collect. Outside leg. Push the haunches in. Good. Lengthen 3 strides. Push the haunches in and collect. Good. Straighten him. Evil pony. Oh. He's the mood today. He's mad because he couldn't do flying changes yesterday. Yay.
Nice.
Good. Good. That's Change directions. Think forward a bit. Oh, silly. Good. There we go. Nice, that's better. Good, then center line, another leg yield off the right leg to the left. Super trot, I like him up there better. Little outside flexion if you need to. Yeah, good. Uphill, uphill, uphill. Uphill, good. Now shorten your reins, good girl. There we go. There we go, good. Nice trot now, super, super. Forward a little bit again, good, go. And left, Good, right lead canter, very nice. It's like he does it when I say. Take a little more time. That's a girl. I know, he's like my Western pleasure horse that used to hear the announcer say, "Lope your horse." He was like Logan. Like, wait a minute. Good, and collect. Yeah, okay, maybe he's gonna be good this side. Nope, he's not.
He does it both ways sometimes.
Oh, this is his, like, most naughty thing.
Yeah.
That's okay. Just think about pushing those haunches in first, and just make it a little harder for him if he wants to be silly. No. No. Good. Good job. Good, okay, now straighten him. That's okay. It's alright, canter right again. Now let's do the counter loop from first three. Good, here a little test with that outside leg, let him curve, just to make sure he's not gonna think about changing. Super. Good girl. Change rein through the half arena, stay in counter canter. Keep thinking a little bit about the haunches out or renvers feeling in the counter canter, Rachel. So a little bit, the front end is cantering straight down the second track, and you're pushing the haunches there over to the rail. So for him especially, you want to think about the counter canter as maybe a J, where the front end is pretty straight with a little flexion in the pole. It's all right. Walk, walk, walk. Now just at walk, push the hips over. So you're going to think of the front end as having a little teeny bit of flexion, not too much bend, but that the hind legs are going to go over to the rail. Hands lower. Yeah, not too high with your hands. Keep your hands in the same place. Steering with your legs. That's right. Good. Now once you're out of the short end and down the long side, pick up the counter canter again. Super, that's exactly right, right like that. That's how we want the canter. Keep your hands down, keep your hands down, keep your position, don't let him change it, don't let him change it. Keep your position, keep it. If he makes a mistake, just go, stay and walk, go right back to that renvers feeling. Good, keep your position. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Walk, walk, walk. Oh, you fixed it, but make your point with that left leg anyway. That was good. You did a good job keeping your position, so we changed back over to the outside lead. I didn't think you were going to be able to do that. That's why I said walk. Yeah. Good. Mm-hmm. That's right. Good girl. So all of your corrections have to be done within your position. We can't bring the hands up. We can't pull them left. We can't pull them right. Everything has to stay here within the position. Good. No matter what little ponykins has up. Mhm. Super job. Mhm. Ah, good girl. Good. If we make it through the short end, we're going to walk. Everybody's holding their breath. Nice. Yay, reward. You know, he is so wiggly. You're going to have a lot of this. And your job, though, is to really keep telling yourself, keep your position, keep your position. It's so tempting to do all of this cheerleading stuff, you know? And the more you do that, the more he's going to be like, right on, sister.
Yeah.
You know? So it's okay he makes a mistake. Keep your position, make your correction, and then go back to the movement. And then, you know, he's smart as a little you know what.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to figure it out and be like, okay. Trust me, he'll go on to something else, but that's it. Yeah. You know, whenever the evasion changes, we're winning, so. Okay, let's do the same thing on the left. We'll do the simple little first level counter canter loop, and then we'll change through the half arena. Put the whip in your right hand, because if you need it, that's where you're going to need it there to help support your outside leg. So left, you're going on the left lead.
Oh yeah. My bad.
The other left.
I was gonna start with counter canter on actually.
I know. Your brain was like, but I was just going up. I'm like, yes, you were, but you were on the counter canter. Okay, so just say to yourself, keep your position, keep your position. Hands can't come up, hands stay nicely out in front of you, everything's secure. Good. Shallow loop first. Good. A little bit of left flexion, but thinking always a little more submission behind the saddle. Good. And then you're going to change rein through the half arena. And just think about that little renvers feeling. And if he makes a mistake, it's no problem. Good. Walk. Make your correction with the outside leg. Absolutely. Yep. Exactly. Good. And if you can pick up the lead, do it. If not, walk through the short end in renvers. Okay? It's not important right now that he picks up this lead. I know you
I'll
don't
leave
like
it.
that outside leg behind the girth.
Yahoo!
We shouldn't encourage him, should we? Oh God. Don't change your position. Don't take back to Ronvier. Back to, back to Ronvier. Get him back over on that rail. Okay. No, he's got to be on the bit, walking in Ronvier before you try cantering. Always, Rachel, with this little monkey, submission first, impulsion second. If you try to get the impulsion without the submission, you are going to be so sorry. This is where the judge just sits in the judge's booth and laughs. Yes. Good job. Good job. You're fine. You could do this. He says, I know I can, I just don't want to. Nice job, Rachel. Yes. So same thing, if you make it through the short end, then we're gonna walk. Excellent. And rewarding. Good job. So this exercise, you know, even though it's in counter-canter, it's going to make a huge difference in your true canter too, okay? Because here, you have really a good place to make your point with that outside leg behind the girth. And it's actually more effective doing it this way in the counter-canter than in the true canter where you almost teach it to be crooked the other way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, it's just very black and white. That if he makes a mistake, you keep your position and you put him right back in that Ronvier position. And when he accepts it and he's on the bit, you go back to canter. Because if you think about it, the impulsion piece is not the problem. If the submission piece were there, where he was listening to your aids as far as shaping his body, it wouldn't matter if you're doing walk, trot, or canter. Okay? So it's just you have to say this is a submission issue, not an impulsion thing. So you're doing good work if you have to walk twice around to get the submission.
Then do it.
Yeah. You just have to.
Yeah, don't fix. I try and fix it for him sometimes, but he needs to fix it.
Yeah, and the thing is, you are a little bit in a hurry to go back to canter.
Okay.
You know, don't be in a hurry.
Okay.
You know, you have to really make your point, and he has to accept those aids. And once he accepts them, I mean, he's very athletic.
Yeah. That's
None of this is hard for him. It's all up here.
mental. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a game. So it's not like physically it's hard for him. It's more of a mental challenge with him. So sometimes you just have to, you know, kind of slow things down a bit. Okay, let's go back to trot. Now, I think it's probably a good idea. We're going to play with some different things. So I want you to do shoulder in halfway down the long side, a 10-meter circle, and then hunches in on the second half. Okay? Next long side, I want you to do hunches in first, circle, shoulder in.
Got it.
So I think line of travel exercises for him is important. So he lets you move his body around. Okay, it's a little boring, a little more energy.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to ride him at full power all the time, but not too boring. I Remember Edgar Hotz used to go 7, 7, go, this is boringly wonderful. Uh-huh. Good. Don't move your hands. I shouldn't see your right hand. Yeah, straighten him. Remember the inside rein can't touch the neck, and the outside rein needs to touch the neck. No matter what you're doing, shoulder in, haunches in, half pass, counter, canter. Uh-huh, straighten him. Use your left leg to push him out into that right rein. Keep that left rein away from the neck. Perfect, that looks good. Okay, good. Don't worry about quite so much angle in the haunches in. Let's worry a little bit more about the correct bend. Okay? Hands not too high. Not too high. Elbows are coming backwards a little bit. Move your hands a little further up, out in front of you. There we go. So, Rachel, when you're going away from me and haunches in, and I see the entire right side of his face, then I know that's not haunches in. That's a head to the wall leg yield. Okay, walk for a minute. Now just walk straight down the long side. Now keep the front legs walking straight. If you look at his shoulder blades, I want them to stay perpendicular to the wall. Have a teeny bit of bend left in the neck, and then push the haunches over. Don't let the shoulders change. That's what we want. So here in the trot, when you push the haunches in, he's throwing the shoulders out. Does that make sense? Okay, you have to feel in haunches in that the front legs are going straight ahead down the track. The front legs shouldn't cross. So you have to think of your shoulders and his shoulders staying perpendicular to the wall. So what I should see when you go away from me is his inside ear over your inside shoulder. And that's the same idea in half pass when you are judging the butt view. If you don't see the head at all, 6.5. But to go 7 or higher, you need to see that inside ear in the right place. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's try it at trot. So don't get so much angle. Don't worry about that right now. Just think about keeping the front end on the line. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's a girl. Good. That's right. Because if you do that and gradually increase the angle, you really make it harder for him. If you just let him throw his tush in, then he's like, yay, this is so much fun. Good, there you go. That's right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's a girl. Good, super. All right, let's change directions. Half arena with a little medium trot, a few steps between the quarter lines. That's what happens when he's crooked. And he's gonna try that. You gotta really with him, he loves his shoulders. Really feel those shoulders stay up in front of your knees a little more. Close your upper leg. Close your upper leg. Keep that upper leg. keep that upper leg. Good girl. Much better. Uh-huh. Okay, now let's try the shoulder in haunches into the right. But if it's a train wreck and haunches in walk, and we'll get the right thing going. Hard to say what he's going to create. A little bit angle varying. Get that over stable. There you go, better. And straighten him. Okay, now try the shoulder in the 10-meter circle and then haunches him. There, better. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hands lower, don't get him so high. Well, that went well. Do you feel that right shoulder? Oh, he's so naughty. So start straight. You know, I really am sort of convinced with him you need to almost start straight.
Go straight a few.
Get
and then
control of the front end and then push the butt. They may never have done punches in. They may have just gone right to half pass. So it's hard to say if he even knows what we want. That's right. That's right. So your right leg and your left rein's in charge of keeping that front end walking straight down the track. And the outside leg's in charge of just placing the haunches. Good. Good. Okay, try it in trot. Let's have a boring trot and start straight first.
you can do it, boy. Come on.
I can't. Hands down. Oh. He has an opinion for sure. Good. When he puts his head up, don't put your hands up. Yeah, keep your hands down. Keep your hands down. Keep your hands down. Yeah? Just keep your hand down. Don't go after him. Just walk. Just walk. It's not the haunches that's giving you the problem. It's the inside rein, inside leg. Get control of the line of travel first. That's it. We have to make sure the punishment fits the crime, Rachel. Yeah? You know he's made a mistake, but sometimes you do the wrong correction. And that's okay, we all do that. We just have to learn sometimes to think first and then make our correction. So we really, good boy. Oh, he gave up finally. He's like, yeah, your mother wore gym socks. Good. Should we do it one more time to make sure that that wasn't a fluke?
Wasn't false.
Good training, working. There we go. Good job. Super. Okay, walk and patting. Good girl. Well, so we found basically, yesterday we found one hole in the canter. Today we helped that a little bit with the counter canter Rangera, but now we found another little hole in the trot. So that's good. And it's interesting because it's in the haunches and it's the inside leg, and in the Rangera it's the outside leg. So basically we could say he hates both of your legs.
I do feel it changes a lot, so.
Exactly. But here's the thing, you know, as you get older, right now you're just a baby, but as you get older and older and more experienced with this horse thing, you're gonna start to figure out quicker and quicker and quicker which aid was creating the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and that just takes time and it takes experience, but my best advice to you is before right now you react, before you make a correction, think first.
Okay.
Okay, and it's, nothing bad is gonna happen if you wait like 5 seconds. Or if you even walk for a minute and go, okay, let's go through what exactly just happened here. So that you really can figure out which aid was the problem.
Right.
Because usually, and this is what makes, I think, dressage hard, our first reaction is usually wrong. Okay? It's just like yesterday with Carrie Ann in that half pass right. She kept counter bending her, she felt something, her reaction was, it's the left rein. It wasn't, it was the right leg.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we have to think about as we get more experience as a horse trainer is to be able to be really quick at figuring out which aid really was the problem. And what happens is it's quite often a diagonal aid problem. So sometimes we think it's the left leg behind the girth, like in a half pass, or even a haunches in. And so we think it's the left leg behind the girth, where the real problem is the inside leg at the girth, because the shoulder is leading or falling down. Does
Right.
that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I really-
So, you know, it's not gonna kill anything if you count to 10 before, and think.
And then make the correction.
Yeah, before you go, okay, what's he doing? And he's so smart that he changes his little evasions,
Oh, yeah.
you know? Which is good, because he's gonna make you a really good rider. Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna go back, and we're gonna do our counter canter Rambert again.
Okay.
Yep, so now we're gonna go back and torture him on outside leg behind the girth, but in counter
You want me
canter.
to
So
start?
you're just gonna go first, walking.
Okay.
Yep. And again, establishing that submission, and then you're gonna pick up the canter. I love pony torture. Yep, and rein short enough and hands down. Uh-huh. Don't let him move your position. He's a smart little bird. Good job. You just stay there until he comes on the bit. Don't be in a big hurry to get to canter, because that's not the big issue. He's gonna have a little discussion with you. Little pony chat. Sometimes the little quicker horses are so much harder. Again, like I trained a lot of Arabs. Just give me a big dumb 17. Less quick, slow, quick ones. I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Whoa.
Ponies disappear underneath you.
Exactly. Uh-huh. Super. Good job. Then you can canter. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Ooh, monkey.
Mhm. Good boy. Walk. Perfect. Make a big fuss over it. Good. Good boy. And I find you can call them whatever you want as long as you say bless their heart after it. Good apple. Yay. So I didn't feel like he even tried.
He thought about it, but I don't think he really did.
You know, when he's really concentrating, he's hysterical. He starts licking his lips.
Yeah.
Good boy. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other knee. Yay. having a half Trakehner pony?
No. No, no.
That would be really scary. Too smart. There are these people who are like, let's breed your lovely Trakehner stallion to my Arab mare, and I'm like, no.
Oh my God.
No. Let's breed him to something dumber. That would be better. So cute. Yeah. Okay. Keep your position. Hands down. Keep your upper legs closed there, so it doesn't matter. So keep your upper legs. Help support his shoulders. It'll help too when he gets a little bit more muscle, a little more weight. You know, it'll help fill out your legs a bit too. It's a little bit hard to have long legs and kind of a slab-sided horse. Good girl. Hands down and together. There we go. I almost feel like you may have a little too much bend in the neck. Make the neck a little straighter and make sure you have a little more contact on that left rein. Yeah, keep your hands low. If you get your hands too high, he can zip his shoulders out from under the reins. Yes. That's right. Keep that position. It's not so pretty. Keep it. Yeah, you know what I would have done? Right there by Kay when he started to get resistant, before he changed, I would have walked and made the correction so he doesn't have a chance to make the mistake. Okay? So try to be a little bit ahead of him there. Make your reins a little shorter. So your hands are low. That you really keep them low and right there on his shoulder blades. Wait till he's really on the bit and connected before you canter. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Yay, that's exactly right. Good. Now keep your hands low, keep your position. Keep it. Good job. Yeah, because if he's totally stiff and resistant, take away the impulsion and regain the submission. Make sense? Exactly, because then you're teaching him something. And at the end of the day, our hope is that the horse is better than when we started. So it's our job to teach them something good every day, not something bad. Oh, much better depart. Look. He's like, fine. Yay, submission is a good thing. Oh, shit. I thought you had it too. I didn't see that coming, Rachel. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I said he was good. It was so wonderful. I thought he'd given up, little stinker.
I feel like he gets weak in it sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if
I know. Sometimes we get a little greedy, but that's all right. Training opportunity, we can do it again.
Just messes with her. He's so smart.
Yeah, he messes.
He's breathing. This is usually a good sign of giving up. Uh-huh. Good, he got stiff, but he didn't change his lead. Mm-hmm.
boy. Oh, it's so hard.
You kept it though. But see, that's what keeping your position is important. He makes the little mistakes, but then he lands back on the correct lead. Yep. Where if you lose your position in that moment, then it's like a free-for-all. You give them the multiple choice test. Yeah, now I would walk before he makes a mistake so we have a chance to reward him. Good. All right, good job. Then we're going to leave the canter for now. Yay. He's fun though because he's like a real mental challenge for everybody involved. So let's just do a couple of nice stretches both directions. Remember what we talked about yesterday, not too low. Keep your bend. Keep the contact. So you really feel you've got that connection and it doesn't get flat and fast. That was so pretty. Why don't you just act like that all the time?
That would be nice, but it's certainly asking a lot. Eventually, right? We'll
He
be
says
there.
that would be so boring. Yeah, eventually he'll be there, but he just has to express himself. Good, Rachel. Good, Ben. Just an inch lower. There we go.
This is where he really feels like a pony when I stretch him.
Yeah.
Good boy.
There, that's better. Yep, there's your trot. Super.
All right.
Good job. Yeah, it's super on this today. Yay.
Thank you.
That was
Good job. Very good work.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Equestrian Video Productions LLC.